Hi, I want to give you a very brief overview of the project that you're doing this week. You are creating a resume in Microsoft Office using Word. I want to emphasize that you are creating this from scratch. And the reason why you're creating this from scratch is so that you can recognize some of the skills that your students need to have when they're using word processing. That's one of the reasons why we're doing this. Another reason why is as we use different software packages because we kind of explore everything from online to PC based to mobile applications. I want you to start looking at the different functions that are available across all of them. So, for example, the insert function is a function that you are going to find not just in Microsoft Word, or you'll also find it in Google Drive, and you'll also find it in other productivity software packages such as PowerPoint or Sheets in Google Drive. And so um, I want you to kind of pay attention to that throughout the course. Things like tables, you can use them to organize columns and rows of information in Microsoft Word. But as you progress in design, for example, you might want to use a table to balance images and text on a website page or within a document or a PowerPoint slide. So there's all kinds of functions that you need to become familiar with that go across them. So that's one of the reasons why you are creating this from scratch. One of the things I want to call attention to is that when you are doing your assignment submission, please make sure that your files are named this way. Um, do not name the file within Blackboard. Make sure when you are doing save as and saving your files that you are putting EDU205 underscore last name underscore the project name. In this case, it's resume. Um, you might want to review some of the information that I have in the learning resources on how to manage files and file names. Um, and the only reason I can say this is I have files and files names going all the way back to 1982 when I was first choosing word processing on a Wang computer. And I have saved a lot of those files. And as technology got more and more advanced, and I started and school files, I have things going back as far as 1985 that I have saved everything. And I wish I had organized those better, or somebody had taught me about that way back when, because now I have a really hard time finding and locating things. The other thing that I want you to look at is notice how I don't use spaces. I actually use underscores. The reason that you use an underscore is so that when you're getting indexed. For example, Microsoft Word has or Microsoft has an awesome indexing. But what happens is that every time that you go to pull something up, if you put in resume, for example, you're going to pull up everything that has a resume in it. If you put in EDU205 underscore and then your name, you can then find anything that you created in this class using that nomenclature. So come up with your own way, but for purposes of this course, I want you to do it this way. Pay attention. Do not skip steps. Do not skip numbers within the steps. Each step builds on each other, and if you miss a step, you miss a lot. There are previous student examples to give you an idea of what your resume should look like when it's printed. So make sure you look at those. And then finally, when you are doing your submission, the way that you submit is you're going to click on the hyperlink. So here in this project, it's Module 2 resume. You'll notice in this particular assignment, the reflection questions are embedded in the directions for the resume. A lot of them will have them embedded in the actual job aid. So if I have them in the job aid, I will not have them here on the resume or in the project assignment submission link. Make sure every assignment has a reflection required. So if you don't see it here, make sure you're looking in the job aid. When you click on your submit button, and as you're scrolling around, if there's a rubric available, which I believe all of my assignments at this point do have a rubric, you can view it by clicking on the button, which it's not going to show now because I'm recording through Screencast-O-Matic just on the tab, but you can click on that and see what is required. One of the most common mistakes that students make is that they're not writing their submission, they're adding comments. Comments are something that you do as an afterthought to give me specific insight into how you did your assignment or something you want to think about when I'm grading. For example, if you didn't understand something, you can put it in the comment section. But for text submission, I would like you to write your submission. So you will click on the write submission box, and then you will write your reflection in the text box, just like I'm doing here. And that also gives you access to all of the toolbar functions. If you do not see the toolbar functions, if it looks like this, make sure you scroll over to the far right and click on the drop down, this little icon for drop down arrows and says show more. Click on that, and then you'll see all of the functions that you have available to you in Blackboard. You write your reflection here. You'll notice that the reflection questions are up here, so that's an easy reference point. And then you would attach your resume by browsing your computer and then locating your resume and then just attaching it. If you have any questions about that, and then finally you will click submit to submit that assignment. If you have any questions about this assignment, please let me know. And good luck, and I will see you online. Bye.